Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another video. And today I would like to share my thoughts on Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest episode 16, which I thought was another great episode. One of the things I love so much about this series, which I know I've said in previous videos, is the fact that while it has such a large cast of characters, they're still able to shine the spotlight on more of the minor characters, rework them into the story so that they have an impact, and that's what this episode exactly did. I love seeing some of the characters we haven't seen in quite some time, like Max, Nab, Lackey, and the others you see in the thumbnail here. It was so much fun, man. It's just an all-around excellent episode. It captures the heart and soul of Fairy Tail, and I loved it. So, of course, I have a bunch of screenshots prepared for you guys, as well as some comparison to the manga. And then toward the end of the video, I have some other things I want to share that's relevant to Fairy Tail, but it's not worth making a separate video, so we'll sneak it in at the end. I should also note, this episode had another bonus chapter at the start of this episode, which is why you see Toka sipping her tea in the Fairy Tail Guild, which I believe that was at the end of Volume 7 in the manga. So we'll go over that. And then, the battle against Alderaan continues. It really more or less began last week after the fifth and final Lacrima was destroyed by Mest, of all people, which he destroyed the last two. And Alderaan awoke from his slumber, and now they're going up against the God Seeds. So it starts here with the bonus chapter with Toka. And if you remember, at the very end of the Mercphobia arc, because Team Natsu went to deal with Mercphobia, ran into Ignia, we had the White Mage, Faris, who said was Toka, but she was fused with Toka the Exy, and she used Whiteout to control all the members of the Fairy Tail Guild, and so they were all passed out. She's like, I gotta take them over to Giltina. What am I gonna do? So this is a funny screenshot. It's a bigger image, as you can see. It's widescreen there. The Anons on 4chan cropped this out, so it was just Juvia. What a grand view. There was more text to the left. I just thought that was pretty funny. And so they're all passed out, and Faris, I'm just going to call her Faris, because they haven't revealed her name, but it's difficult to tiptoe around calling her the White Mage, or Toka, because it's not Toka, it's the White Mage, but her real name is Faris. But it hasn't been revealed yet, but it's just Faris. Deal with it. So Faris is transporting the ladies first and foremost. You have Mira there. It shows Kana, which, by the way, Kana was never under her spell. Kana was just passed out drunk, which is why Kana saved the day a few episodes ago. But you have Kana, Evergreen, Levy, Lasana, and then it pans over more for Mira Jane. And then it gets over here, which this one's hilarious. Starts by pushing Makarov in the wheelchair. That's easy enough. He's in the wheelchair. Then Romeo, a little heavier. I mean, yeah, because Romeo looks bigger than Makarov. Did Makarov shrink? I guess he shrunk as he got older. Does that happen to old people? I think that's like a myth, isn't it? But you got Romeo, Dragon Jalal. She's getting more and more pissed. Who's next? There's Max. Gajiel. And then finally, she's like, I've had enough of this. I can't do it anymore. And comes up with a great idea after using Whiteout on Elfman can control him. And says, oh, I should have thought of this from the beginning, because the rest of these guys are way too heavy. So does that, and then it pans over there to the episode starting now. So I like when they do these cute little 1 or 2 minute, adaptations, adapting the bonus chapters from the manga. And it does another minute of recap showing where our heroes are. Of course, all the Lacrima have been destroyed, but there's various parties all separated. And what happened, this was awesome last week. So they're going up against the first God Seed, Wolfen, and he can read people's minds and transform into a more powerful foe, which we saw him read Kana's mind, transformed into Gildart's. At first, he read Natsu's mind and transformed it into Happy, and then Natsu was like, yeah, read my mind, and then he transformed into Zareth, which used the curse of immortality to destroy everything around him. So then Wolfen said, all right, well, this is a bad idea because Natsu outsmarted me. So we get to see Zareth again. That was cool. It cuts over to Juvia and Gray. Juvia can use her magic again. Everyone in Fairy Tail can use their magic now that Toka and Faris have been separated. So we got Lucy in Taro's form. And then we meet another God Seed named Metro, which there he is right there. Looks pretty good. I mean, again, I feel like the manga has more details. You see the leaves and everything. But, you know, you got the anime, you got the voice acting and the music, as I always say. So there's Metro, he controls these golems. Really powerful. Kana's like, how are we going to defeat them? Romeo's back to his senses. There's Juvia. We get Gray and Lucy looking all badass, ready to fight. And then it cuts over to Loxus, which he had found Urza in last week's episode, and he was like, who did this to you, Urza? If only you knew. And then he runs into Jalal, who now has like his, because before they just had their robes, and I guess, because everyone was saying, oh, I'm naked under here, but Loxus still has his pants, and he has a belt on, and then looks like Jalal found his regular outfit, because you can see the blue collar there, and he comes right out and says to Loxus, I was restrained naked. Remember Ursa did that to him, and this is right in the manga. What in the world is happening? I was naked and tied up. And then Loxus, I remember monsters coming out of nowhere, but they all up and vanished. And then we meet the next God Seed, named Gears. So there he is. Again, same thing. He's got the same pose and everything. Looking good. And then Jalal's ready to throw down because, you know, Urza's unconscious. He's like, did you do this to Urza? You will pay. And then we have Wendy, which it's Wendy, Faris, Happy, Toka, and Carla. And then they run to the other God Seed, Doom. My name is God Seed Doom. Those who rebel against Alderaan are fated to die. And someone, I can't verify if this is true or not, but someone in the 4chan thread, which, shout out to the guys on 4chan, because that's where I get all these screenshots in the highest quality. I mean, look how good these screenshots are. But they were saying that all the God Seeds are named after video games, and shooters, no less, where we had Wolfen, which is supposed to be Wolfenstein, Doom, obviously I've heard of Doom, Gears of War, and then I forget which one Metro was, but maybe someone can leave a comment and verify if that's true. That's what people were just saying in the thread I was reading. So eventually we meet the God Seed Alderaan, the head honcho here, who's basically like the brains of the operation, and of course Natsu confronts him. What a badass right there. And he starts beating the crap out of Natsu. He's bleeding all over the place. The blood, I gotta be like, what's with the blood, man? It looks like a brownish red. Make it red. Like, what are you guys doing? But he's not messing around, and he's telling him that you just made Alderaan more powerful by destroying those Lacrima. There was the 5 Lacrima, which sealed them all away. And, you know, like I said, we had Wolfen. Wolfen's been defeated. There's Doom, Gears, Metro, and then Alderaan. And explains that. And Alderaan was just gaining power after all those years. Alderaan had fought Acnologia years ago and then came to Giltina to recover and got even more powerful. So Natsu's getting his ass kicked. You see he's bleeding on his knee as well. And then it cuts back over here to our heroes fighting Metro, the golems. And you see we got Romeo Macau, which they use the same magic as his father and son. And it looks like Wakaba is using magic through a cigar. You see that? Which I think that's how he did use magic in the original series, but it's been so long since I saw it. There's Kana using her card magic. Everyone's getting in on the action. Even Levy, which, dude, this was last week's episode. Kana said, all right, we're not going to get Makarov out here because he's an old man. Levy's pregnant. Why are we sending the pregnant lady out to fight? What's going on with that? But she's still fighting. We got Gajo, who's all happy, like, I can't wait to fight. Let's go. We got Elfman and Lasana. Mira Jane in the Satan Soul form. Lucy and Taurus with some boobage action. Oh yeah, you better believe it. And then it cuts back over here to Wendy, who puts down Faris and Toka, and she's going to get ready to fight Doom herself. What she says at first, you know, because she had just defeated Nebaru and also used her enchantment magic to separate Toka and Faris. So she's running low on magical energy. She can just enhance people at this point. So she sends Carla out there, which Carla transforms into her cute cat girl form. And then Happy's like, I wish I could turn into a big cat, which that's going to happen at some point, guys. It has to, because Carla can do it. Panther Lily can do it. He can do it all the way back in Edelus. Happy's got to do it at some point. So there you go. You got the peanut gallery over there. It's the same thing. Just kind of a different angle with the pose, but still cute nonetheless. Carla attacks, but gets defeated quite easily because Doom activates these spores, which go around Carla, and she grows like a flower on her head, and there's 5 petals, and Doom says, you have 5 minutes until Namek explodes, which once the 5 petals fall off, she dies. So, the poor girl, she didn't want to attack him, and she had to job it out. So, Wendy's all upset. She's thinking, all right, I can't fight anymore. I can only enchant. And she's thinking about enchanting Happy. And that's when Happy says, I want to turn into a giant cat. Which I want to see that too, Happy. Come on. And this is Wendy imagining him turning Super Saiyan. Aye, sir! And she's like, nope, he can't do that. So, and there it is in the manga. So cute. I love her face right there. So then, before she can even do anything, Doom starts spreading his spores, so Wendy's trapped. She can't really do anything. So when all hope seems lost, none other than our reliable friends from Fairy Tail show up to save the day, led by Max. And I love this scene so much, man, because these are characters we haven't seen relevant in quite some time. You know, they're background characters. They have a few lines here and there, but they show up ready to save the day, ready to protect Wendy, Carla, Toka, Ferris, Happy, and defeat a major antagonist in the Alderaan arc. And it's just such a badass pose here. I mentioned before, Wendy was out of magical energy. However, she still has the ability to use her enchantment magic to increase their power level. And so, 7 against 1, surely even the weakest Fairy Tail wizards can defeat a villain. And that's exactly what they do. So, I love it, man. Here's the comparison to the manga. The only difference is it seems this character has like a headpiece, some kind of hat on, whereas he doesn't have it in the anime. And I'm sorry, I forget his name. I remember all the other characters' names. That's Kinana, Lackey, Redis, Max, of course, Warren, and Nab. I forget his name, though, because he never really appeared much in the anime. He did appear in the manga quite a bit, but that's why I'm glad he even appeared in the anime, because I wasn't sure he was gonna. But there it is in the manga. And then Wendy gives them all a power-up. They're ready to go. We're all fired up! So let's go. And they all use their abilities. There's Nab. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I should have done my research before recording this, but I forget his name. He has the funky dance ability to distract Doom over there. We have Warren, who has the telepathy. Although Warren, he had a pretty important role in the Alvarez. He was important throughout they were all pretty important throughout the main series, but some shine more than others. Of course, you'll remember Max after the 7-year time skip where he actually defeated Natsu because he had trained for 7 years. And then Warren had the telepathy to keep everyone in touch during the Alvarez Empire arc at the end of the original series. There's Lackey using her wood magic, which is kind of funny going up against one of the god seeds of the wood dragon god. But there she is. And there you have Kinana and Redis, which Kinana, I'm pretty sure, isn't she the reincarnation of the snake that Cobra had from the Orasian Sace? I'm pretty sure that's the case. But yeah, because she has the poison magic there. And there's some shipping going on with her and Cobra, even in the original series, but stay tuned for more in 100 Years Quest. There's Warren, Lackey once again, and this is just, instead of getting a million screenshots from the manga, I just figured I'd get this one, where Warren's doing all the talking here. He says, "True, we might not be strong, but we're all still fairy tale wizards. If we can't even save one little girl, we couldn't call ourselves fairy tale magicians. Even if our magic is weak on our own, if we combine our strength, it's the power of friendship. Combine their strength and win." I freaking love it so much. And then we have Max. He's the final one to do his attack. And he does this new ability. He has sand magic, which he learned from Aegil from the Spriggan 12. Which, remember, Aegil, he was one of the tougher opponents of the Spriggan 12. He gave Urza and Natsu a hard time. And now we have Max, one of the weaker members of Fairy Tail, using an ability that one of the stronger villains from the final arc of the original series taught him. And Happy is completely shocked by that. So he's able to deliver the finishing blow and defeat Doom. And you love to see it. There they all are celebrating. And it's awesome, man. I freaking love it. So Carla's back to normal. As this was going on, too, you know, she had the 5 petals on her head. Slowly but surely they're falling. And once it got to the end, there was only 1 petal left. But of course our heroes are going to prevail. Carla's not going to die. But she's back to normal. And they're all thanking Wendy as she's lying there because she used every last ounce of her energy to enhance them. And they're like, you know, thank you, Wendy. We were able to prevail and save the day thanks to you. So, Our reliable fairy tale friends. I fucking love it. I love it so much, dude. I love it so much. And there it is again. This is the end of the chapter. Our reliable friends from Fairy Tale. The Dance of Rejoice. Aw. So good. And this is something, too. This is the end of the episode, by the way. Which actually, no, I think there's more, but I didn't get the other screenshots. Natsu and Alderaan were talking at the end, because after Doom was defeated, the God Seed Alderaan was like, I've grown weaker. And then Natsu's like, ha! So I need my friends to defeat the other God Seeds, then I can kick your ass, which is exactly true. So there's the other God Seeds. We have Gears, who's going to fight Jalal and Loxus, and maybe Urza. Will she wake up? Stay tuned. Then you have the whole group. It's like Lucy's group against Metro, and then Wolfen's already been defeated, so only a couple more. Next week will be a great episode for Lucy fans. Stay tuned for that. You better believe it. But, you know, in the thread, people always post all kinds of things. They posted this in particular, which I forgot about all this, but during the 7-year time skip from Tenro Island, you know, the main group, Team Natsu, the other important characters like Juvia, Gajiel, Mira Jane, Loxus, all of them were on Tenro Island for 7 years. But these were the guys who stayed behind in the 7 years. Max, Warren, Lackey, oh, is that his name right there? Vegeta. That's the dancing guy's name, Vegeta. But there they all are, and it's just like, oh, it's so cool. One little criticism I do have, and this isn't the anime's fault because it's adapting the manga, but it would have been cool if the characters had their unique outfits. You see, these are their unique outfits over here, but because of, you know, the White Mage shenanigans, they're all wearing the White Mage cloaks. It would have been cool to see their different outfits, especially for lackeys, if you know what I mean. But lots of good stuff. I loved it. Can't wait for next week's episode. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a great episode for Lucy fans, and much more to come. So I wanted to show you this as well. This is the cover of Volume 7, so you get a rough idea of the characters we saw. There's Godseed Alderaan, there's Gears, there's Metro, and there's Doom. And you have Natsu fighting them, and then I guess you got some more Gray and Juvia stuff coming up as well. Oh yeah. Here's the song Beyond the Quest, which again, this played during episode 13, Urza vs. Loxus, but it played again when our reliable friends from Fairy Tale saved the day. So to me, I felt like it felt better there. Lots of good stuff. They announced this, the first Blu-ray is available. The cover of Blu-ray Volume 1, which will be released on November 27th, have been revealed. The manufacturer's special gift is a miniature copy of a specially drawn illustration by Atsuo Ueda. And you can find this at the 100 Years Quest website. So, of course, Atsuo Ueda is actually the artist of 100 Years Quest. Hiro Mashima is the creator. He does the story. But after the original Fairy Tale ended, he stopped doing the illustrations to focus on Eden Zero and other projects. And now Mashima is doing Dead Rock. And since Atsuo Ueda's been illustrating Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, why change it? He does a great job. So, he has a special... This is just the cover from the anime, but there's going to be another illustration from Ueda inside this Blu-ray. So, Japan does it differently in that there's only, I think, 4 episodes on each Blu-ray. It's kind of like the old days of VHSs. I think when this eventually releases in the US, they'll have the full season. So, look forward to that. I'll definitely do a video discussing that once it's available for pre-order. But I'm pretty sure once it's available in the US, it'll be like the full 25 episodes. But, you know, I guess I'd share the cover there. Good stuff with Happy, Lucy, and Natsu. There's also... Mashima talked about this at his New York City Comic-Con appearance, which I did a video on Monday. It should have been uploaded. And there's going to be a new illustration book called Magnolia. Now, I did 2 other videos. I have the 2 other illustration books, Fantasia and Harvest, which I did videos on the channel. You can just search my channel. You know, Fairy Tale Illustrations Fantasia, Fairy Tale Illustrations Magnolia, and then type in my name, and I'm sure you'll find it in search. But Magnolia is going to collect both illustrations plus more, so it's going to be like the omnibus. And it's available for pre-order. I don't know what any of this does, but on Amazon, I think it's more clear. It's available for pre-order on this website right here. And I think it's around $40, 40 US dollars is what it translates to. And I think it's coming, yeah, December 9th. That's what Amazon says right there. So it's coming out December 9th. and it's going to have both Fantasia and Harvest, as well as this new one, Magnolia. It's going to be the Ultimate Omnibus, over 400 pages. So these are the covers of Fantasia and Harvest. I own both of these and did 2 separate videos on them. Check them out if you're interested. Lots of great illustrations there. But yeah, I just wanted to include this at the end of the video. Lots of great stuff. Incredible illustrations here. You know, you can find all these illustrations on the Fairy Tail Wiki, I'm sure, as well as other sites. Or you can check out my videos. But lots of great stuff. I'm definitely going to have to order this new one, Magnolia, just not only to have the Ultimate Omnibus, but to see the other illustrations and just check it out. And it's so cool to see Mashima's art evolve over the years. You know, you can even see in their faces how it changed, because this, I think, was from 2012, and then this one was from 2016. And you see how it changes slightly. And even more so with Natsu there, where I gotta be honest with y'all, I almost feel like Natsu looks better here than he does with this new illustration. What do you guys think of that? But anyway, overall, I love this episode. Lots of fun. It was great to see the D-listers, if you will, of Fairy Tail take a stand and save the day, defeat a major antagonist. Lots of great stuff. And as I said before, stay tuned next week, especially if you're a Lucy fan, because, oh my goodness, we got some good stuff of Lucy, and I can't wait to see it animated. So, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Everybody have a great day, and peace out.
99.